This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hey everybody, welcome to another Top 10. Today we're going to be doing the top 10 games that I painted in the last year. Now, I painted a lot of games in the last year, more than I care to remember. Some I struggled with and I hate, and then other ones I really enjoyed. This top 10 list really points out the ones that I really enjoyed, and that I really felt that I had the best experience with. So without further ado, why don't we get down to the list. At number 10 is a game that people were so hyped up that came out in the beginning of the year. And that is Batman Gotham Chronicles. Now, I really enjoyed painting a majority of this. Right now, I'm struggling with the rest of it. It is a game that either you're going to love painting certain figures, and then other ones you're going to kind of really struggle with. But when I did like Clayface, and I did Poison Ivy, the Scarecrow, and some of these other figures, they were just so much fun to paint, and it was really fun bringing them to life. I really enjoyed it, even though I'm kind of struggling with some things later on, but I am really enjoying painting this overall, and that's why it sits at number 10. At number 9 is a game that is completely and utterly underrated, and that is Terminator Genisys, Fall of Skynet. I had so much fun playing this. And not only that, but painting it. Painting it is just... It was so much fun because you really had some of the miniatures. Even though they weren't the greatest miniatures, they really looked like, Arnold and some of the characters from the movies. And it was fun to bring those to life. But the home run of this whole set is the Terminators. Having fun and bringing that metallic, evil, dark feel to them. Just a lot of fun. At number 8 is Unmatched, Battle of the Legends. Now, I happened to pick up the starter box for this, and to be able to paint Alice in Wonderland and Sinbad and some of the other unique characters in that box, and I think there was 4 overall, to be honest with you. It was just a lot of fun, and the game's a lot of fun. I got to get the Bigfoot versus Robin Hood and the Bruce Lee, I believe it is. Matter of fact, I think you guys will see a video at some point on those, because actually I saw it at the BGG retreat, and did a little video on it, and I got to get my hands on it because they're just fun to paint. With them already kind of pre-washed, it really brings out the detail of these beautiful models, and it's just fun to bring those to life. At number 7 is a game I painted quite a bit, but I finally finished everything that I had for BattleTech. Yes, BattleTech. That old game. I've had thousands of metal mechs, and I wanted to finish painting them and be able to just play it whenever I wanted to. And I divided it into 2 sides, and I just had a lot of fun finishing this up. I enjoy painting robots. Cab was another one that I did last year that I thought was fantastic. But BattleTech, one of my all-time favorite mech games ever, and it was just fun to finally finish and not have anything left to paint. At number 6 is a game that came out, and I painted, but I haven't really had a chance to play it yet. I saw my good friend Rolling Solo play it, Adam, and I really got excited about it, so I decided to break it out and paint it for you guys. And that was Lord of the Rings. Really just a fantastic miniatures from Fantasy Flight. This game, supposedly they're supposed to come out with another expansion for it, which I'm looking forward to and painting that as well. Hopefully I'll play this a few more times than I have already. But the miniatures and the fun of painting this and doing it with you guys was just fantastic. And number 5 is a game I've given this company a hard time. It's the only company I've given a hard time, and it's not because of their games. It was more because of their quality control more than anything else. And they have just righted the ship, and everything that they have touched I have absolutely adored since that point. And Hellboy is just, it's a beauty, and painting those miniatures were so much fun. There's just so much beauty in there, and the sculpts and the miniatures and the gameplay and the feel. It feels like the comic book. It's just wonderful. At number 4, I painted a whole bunch of these figures, and I'm just blown away by the quality of these figures. Mythic Battles, absolutely another spectacular game. You see the Atlas. That's only one of the things I painted out of a whole bunch of stuff there. I just really enjoyed throwing some paint on this, and it just, the miniatures, everything about this game is just beautiful. At number 3, this game here, I was tired of the original game, but this just breathed life into this game like you wouldn't believe, and that's Zombicide Invaders. Oh my god, this was so enjoyable. The sculpts and the heroes and everything about this game was just absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed this. It really brought Zombicide back for me, and made me realize why I enjoyed it so much. And Zombicide Invaders, another fantastic paint job that I enjoyed just sitting there, and I could have sat there for days painting it. At number 2 was a game that I tell you, if it wasn't for the number 1 game, this game would probably be one of my most favorite games I ever painted. And that is, it's not really a miniature game, but it was some of the things that I was able to do with the miniatures that I just enjoyed so much. And that is Horrified. Horrified was just so much fun because I was such a fan of the Universal monsters. And when I took a look at the plastic and I went, okay, it's just different colored plastic, I go, but we can paint this and we can really build some theme. It's not so much theme, but we can just breathe some life into this and really immerse ourselves into this story and this wonderfully fun game. And then when I took them off the bases and I built bases for them, and it really enhanced that game and just made them what they were. They were the monsters of monsters. Of course, before Godzilla came. At number 1 was probably one of the best games I've ever painted. And I just enjoyed it so much. It was just such a thrill. And, you know, I'm not a huge Cthulhu guy, but this game really sucked me into the mythos. Even though I'm a massive Arkham Horror fan, this game, Cthulhu Death May Die, was one of my most favorite games to paint in the last year. This, first of all, painting the box set was just fun. It was enjoyable. The art was clear, concise. You knew what you were painting and how to paint it. But when I painted that 3-foot statue that is part of the game, I'm just amazed over the beauty of it, the fun I had painting it. We shared it. It was one of the projects we did on Board Game Geek, and also here on the channel. And I loved it. And when I was done, I wanted to paint more of it. And just so enjoyable, and a great game on top of it. So there you have it. My top 10 games that I painted in the last year. And there are just so many other games that I wish I could put on here, but I limited myself to 10 games. And I will tell you this, we're going to keep it at 10 games, and that's for sure. So until our next Rob Ranks or Top 10 or whatever we call this segment, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you.